Good morning, all. We're meeting after a long time. So, we'll be starting up from the topic from where we left off. Today, we'll be taking up what is testing. Yeah, no, what is the need of going for software testing? If you are given with any software, if you want to find out whether it will work fine or there will be errors, we need to test that software by means of some software testing techniques. So what is the purpose of testing a software? It is to find out whether there are any bugs, any errors in the software or not. If the errors are there in the testing, you find any errors, then we're supposed to remove those errors. And the process of finding out the errors by testing the software by different means, that is basically known as software testing. It basically as you can see from the slide, it basically tries to correct working of some functionality. If there is, it executes some program where suppose what is basically done in software testing, we're supposed to populate the software by means of some inputs. We'll be giving some inputs to the software, then we'll be checking out the behavior of the software. If it is working as expected, then we say the software is fine. If it is not working as expected, then we say that there are some flaws that needs to be overcome by means of other testing techniques. Now there are certain things that we need to take up. One term that is used is test data. What is test data? It is basically the inputs that are used to test the system, that is known as test data. Then we have test cases. It also serves as a input to the input to test the system. It also includes what is the state of the software, and finally the predicted outputs for the inputs. Clear? In test data we have test cases. Now we'll be taking up test cases and test suite. Normally a test case, this is represented by a triplet ISO. What is there with ISO, where I represents the data that is input to the system, S is the state of system at which the testing is taking place or at which the data is being input, O is the expected output. What is test suite? It is again a collection of all the inputs with which the software can be tested, that is known as test suite. Now there is a difference between test case and test suite. Test case is a particular input by which we are testing the system. Test suite is all the inputs that can be used to, the collective inputs that can be used to test the software, that is known as test suites. Now what is the one main criteria that needs to be looked forward while designing the test cases is how we should design the test case. It should be designed in such a way that it should be able to predict the overall behavior of the system. What do you mean by overall behavior? That means we should be including all types of inputs. What is the input? It should be including the negative test cases also. It should be including the positive test cases also. So we are not left with any functionality. Suppose there are negative test cases. What is the purpose of this negative test case? It ensures that application handles invalid and unexpected user inputs and the system does not crash. So what is the purpose of having a negative test case? We're supposed to have these inputs for finding out whether the system handles the unexpected and invalid inputs and the system does not crashes. Now what is the main technique that is to be taken up in a testing is that we should be designing the test cases very carefully. All the test cases, as we already know, these are known as test suite. We'll be taking that by the means of some example. So what is the test case that triplet ISO represents? Firstly, the program is supposed to be set in the required state, then give the defined input, and then we're supposed to observe the output. If the output is coming as expected, then it is fine. If again it is coming not as expected, then we need to work out on the software. We'll be taking some examples of this. Just now, what will be the drawbacks if the test cases are taken up without any thought, without any uh, without any thinking? Suppose if they are being put up only randomly selected, then what is the drawback is many of the cases won't contribute to the significance of the test suite. Secondly, it will detect wrong errors. So the test cases needs to be designed very carefully. Only if the test cases are designed appropriately, only then the testing will work. If they are designed without any thinking, without any thought, then they won't work. So what is the most important criteria while going for a software testing? We need to design the test cases in an appropriate manner. Only then the testing will be successful, otherwise not. We'll be taking up one example. Suppose we're saying that we're having a code x is greater than y, then max is x, else max is x. So as we know that there is some error, because in this instead of x there should be y. Suppose if we take the test suite as x is going to 3 2 and x is going to 2 3, then it will be detecting the bug. अगर x की वैल्यू 2 ली 3 ली y की 2 ली, एक में x बड़ा ले लिया, दूसरे टेस्ट केस में हमने y बड़ा ले लिया, तो इससे हम विल बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट ऑल द एरर्स of the code given. But suppose if we do not put any thought over here, what we do, we take up a larger test suite. Larger test suite means no thought has been put up. We take x is equal to 3 y2, x4 y3, x5 y3. As you can see, the number of test cases over here are 3, but all the test cases have been taken up without any thought, and in all the test cases x is greater than y. So even the number of test cases over here is 3, but over here is 2, but these two test cases will be able to detect the errors. But in this case, even the 3 test cases won't be able to detect the error. Why these won't be able to detect the error? Because they have not been designed without putting without putting any thought, because we're not checking the combination where x is less and y is greater. All the test cases has value of x as greater, y as lesser. So these types of test cases designing will not be beneficial for a testing technique. So what is the test plan? Before a testing activity starts, a test plan needs to be developed. What are the documents for that? Firstly, we need to find out what are the features to be tested, the features that are not to be tested, what testing strategy needs to be followed, what is the stopping or suspension criteria for test, what is the test effort, and what is the schedule for testing. These are the documents that are required to be carried out. Now, while designing a test strategy, we shall be looking at key issues. First is which type of test needs to be deployed. That means we should be clear that what testing strategy needs to be employed. ठीक है, only then we'll be able to successfully test the software. It might be a possibility one testing technique might work, other might not work, so it is better to find out which technique to use. Second is how much effort do we need to use, that is what effort is required to do the testing. Secondly, next is we'll be taking a black box and a white box testing. That means which technique do we need to use. We have not taken up black box and white box testing, that will be taking up in the next lecture, but in summarized form I'll be letting you know what is black box testing. It is a testing that where we only check the inputs without taking into consideration the coding part. Black box means we'll be testing that by the means of some inputs. We're not concerned with what is happening in the coding part. What is white box testing? White box testing is that testing that is carried out by considering the coding part also. That means black box is an abstract testing where we only test with the inputs. We give input, what output we get, that is only the means of testing this out. In white box testing, this is not the criteria. We'll be looking into the details of the coding part, only then we'll be testing the software. So this is all with the introduction part of the testing. In the next lecture, we'll be looking at the various other types of testing techniques. Thank you.